Right, first SolidWorks lesson with you guys. As you can see, I have already got my SolidWorks screen on. I have 2020, you'll have 2019. There's only slight difference with that. But for those of you who have never used SolidWorks before, this is going to be a little bit in at the deep end. But if you see my menu layout, I've got the sort of file edit menu at the top. I have a little pin here. If I click it on, I have other menu options come up here. I have more options here, and I have this is my toolbar, different tools, etc. So to start a new drawing, what you need to do is go to File, go down to New, and then you'll get this window up, New SolidWorks document. Now what I want to create, we're going to create the body of the LEGOMAN. So I'm going to go into Part, but just before I do that, you'll see there's a little button down here called Novice. So if I click on Novice, okay, it just makes the icons bigger for you. So it's up to you. You can either keep on that one or be advanced like me, haha, and just go to Part and then OK. And that opens up a new sort of work area for you. And this in here is your work area. So all drawings have to start with a sketch. So at the top, you'll see sketch. Now sketch toolbar, if I have a little arrow down the bottom, if I click on that, it gives me the option of doing 3D sketch or just a plain two-dimensional sketch. I just want to do a two-dimensional sketch. So I just click on that. And you'll notice I actually get my planes up. Now with the drawings that you should have for the Lego body, which will be in a separate email to you, I'm going to click on the top plane, and it automatically faces me like a piece of paper that I can start to draw on that. So to start with, as you'll see from the drawing, I actually need a rectangle because I'm going to start from the base. Now I could use the line tool and actually draw all four parts of it, and you'll see the instruction there when you just hover over, or I could actually use the rectangular tool. So I'm going to click on the rectangular tool, and you'll notice that the icon has changed to the rectangular tool with the pencil. Now all drawings, you must start at the origin, the 0, 0, 0 point, and if I just hover over that, it snaps to it. So I click once and I pull my rectangle out. I don't care where it is, I now have a rectangle. Now what you'll notice is there's a black line and there's blue lines. Black line means it's defined. In other words, it's anchored to that point. If I pick up on that, I can't move it. If I go to the blue line and the blue dots, I can. Okay, so what I need to do is actually define this in some way. Now if you look at your drawings, if I go to Smart Dimension and I click on that line there, I come down, you'll see it's 131 millimeters. I actually need that at 15.5, so I'm way over. So I just go to my numeric keyboard, 15.5, and there. Now you'll notice that that line there has gone black, and there, so it is now defined. If I now click on that line and pull it out, I know that height has to be 8 millimeters. Okay, so I now have a fully dimensioned and anchored or defined part. So if I try to go to those dots and pull back and forth, I can't move it. So I'm secure in what I am doing. Now what I need to do now to change this in 3 dimensions, okay, if you hold the mouse wheel down, you can actually rotate that in more 3-dimension side. So what I want to do now, I want to go to my features menu, click on features and go to extrude a boss base. And again, there's little instructions there for you to how to do it. Now by default, it goes to 10 millimeters. Now I know I only need that to go up by 1 millimeter. So I'm going to type in 1. It's highlighted in blue already, as you can see. So I just type in 1, press enter, it goes to 1, and then I give it a green tick. And there I have the start of my body for the Lego character. Now that's all very well. Where do I go from here? Now when we sketch, we always have to have a planar surface or an actual plane to actually sketch on. For the next stage, I don't need to do this. What I need to do is set up another plane. Now, if you look at your drawing, you'll see there's a height there from the bottom, that point there, to the sort of shoulder of the Lego man of 12.8 millimeters. So what I want to do now is actually create a plane of 12.8 millimeters. So if I go on to my features menu, which I've kind of lost, it's actually, yeah, I'm actually on my features menu. Go to reference geometry, and it's the little icon there, same plane. So I click on plane. Okay, now two things I can do. I want to offset it to first reference. Now I can either pick that top surface or I can pick that bottom surface, because that is my 0. So do that one there. Okay, now it's gone the wrong direction. I want it to go above. So there's a little button here that says flip offset. Now default, as I say, is 10 with everything. So I want to change that to 12.8. Okay, so do that, and I now know that my plane is 12.8 millimeters off, and I know that is the direction that I actually want my part to go to. Now I'll bring in the space bar here, and it should be set up on your system. If not, I can tell you how to do it. If I press space bar, I've got new 2020, so this is not going to work for me. Just 1 second. Okay, if you go to the top icon here, top set of icons, these are little sort of shortcut tools. We've got section tool and view orientation tool, which is the one I want. So if I click on that, okay, it gives me a box that I want to clip on, and make sure that your view selector is there, and that says control and spacebar. It used to just be spacebar, and you've got more options. So I actually want to click on the top there, so I can actually look down below. Now there are several ways to do this. So what I'm going to do, just to show you one of them for now, I want to convert that top surface up to that plane. So I'm going to go back into my sketch. Okay, I'm going to click on that top surface, and notice it goes pink, so I'm now selected. I can sketch on that area. But I'm going to convert entities. Now convert entities, rewind. Let's just go back. That's done that slightly wrong. So let's come out of that. Discard changes. Okay, I want to go to my sketch. I want to sketch it on that plane, not the top plane. Okay, and I'm going to convert entities again. Entities to convert. So I'm going to click on that surface again, and you'll notice that that has all turned black. So what I'm going to do now, if I go to features and I go to extrude boss base, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go, not blind, but in this box here, I'm going to go up to, I'd say surface, but I can't do that. It has done it. It has picked it. It's a plane 1. But what I'm going to do is put this draft angle in here. Now, in terms, if you look at your drawing, you've got a amount of 80 degrees. So I need a draft of 10 degrees. So if I type in 10, default for that is there. Let's just see what happens. It's gone in that factor. So I'm just going to give that a green tick. And I now have the sort of main body. But look what's happened. It's actually pulled everything in. I can't actually select different parts of it. So I'm actually going to go back. Now if I go back in history, I can actually pull that bar there, and it goes back to what it was. But I'm actually going to use what I've just done to measure, just for now. Not that distance, okay, but that distance to that distance. So if I right hand click over this area, doesn't like, and I go to toolbars, okay, if you look in toolbars, there should be a little thing saying tools there. Now make sure that is clicked, that is highlighted. If not, highlight it. This is that toolbar here, and yes, that is my dog in the background, Arthur. That is the measurement. I want the little measuring tape. So if I click on the measuring tape, I want to measure from there to there, and that notes that down, that length is 11.34. Okay, you'll need that later on. So let's just come out of that. Okay, take that out, and I'm going to go back up to there. Okay, but this time I'm actually going to sketch, okay, on that plane. Press the space bar. Okay, and I'm going to do my rectangle tool again. I'm actually going to pick on those edges because I know those edges are parallel. Okay, now you'll see that they're defined, but this isn't. Now to get that equal and defined, I'm going to show you another little trick. Go into sketch, go into center line, and then pick up on the center point of the bottom rectangle. I should probably have done this first of all in that one. I think, yes, that is the center mark. So click on there. I'm going to come down, just click on there. Now this is a drawing guide. Now listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. I'm going to hold the shift key down and I'm going to select that line. I'm going to select the center line in this order and that outside line. Now if I let go of the shift key, I get a little dialog box up here, and I'm looking for the sign that says make symmetric. So I click on symmetric, and you'll notice that the actual parts actually are symmetrical around that center line. Give it a green tick, and now I'm going to put that measurement that I've just taken in. So I'm going to click on there, and at the moment I've got 13.22 and I need 11.34. Okay, and notice that pulls in. So that is fantastic. Right, so I have a top and I have a bottom. Now, the other thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use the three-dimensional sketch now. So I'm going to click on sketch and 3D sketch. I'm going to go to my line tool. Okay, and I'm going to click on that corner there and that corner there. Perfect. Okay. I am now going to give that a green tick, because I'm going to use that as construction. I'm going to go to features, and I'm going to go to the tool. Well, there's two. There's a boundary boss base tool I can use, which you can experiment later, or I can loft base boss tool. So it asks me to pick the profiles. So I'm going to pick that profile there, and I'm going to pick that profile there, and you'll see automatically it does that for me. But notice this time that it's only the outside has done, and it's already automatically selected my 3D sketch as the guide profile. So I'll give that a tick. Okay, and there is my part. Okay, now I've got that, I'm going to put the boss on the top to where the head is actually anchored to. So to do that, again, I'm going to go to my sketch tool, and it's asking me to select a plane or planar surface. So I'm going to click. I can do either the plane or planar surface on the same place. I'm actually going to click that there, and I'm going to draw, using the circle tool, a circle somewhere there. Now you'll notice that that is actually blue, so it's not anchored. So what I am going to do is go to my line tool, go to my center line tool, and find the center point. There we go. So that's black, and then I'm just going to pick up on this, and I'm just going to drag it, hold it with your thing until I can find the center of that. Okay, it doesn't want to find the center for me, so leave it over that side, hold the shift key down with that still highlighted. Okay, and click. Oh, there's the center there. So click on that center. Okay, let go, and it's not working for me. Okay, SolidWorks is very frustrating, as those of you already know. It's not going to pick up for me. Let's do it like that, and that. Holding the shift key down, and there we go. Make midpoint. Perfect. It's in the place I want it, but it's still blue. Why? Okay, for those of you who have got onto this, I need to put a dimension in. So if you look at your drawings, okay, smart dimension of that circle, okay, is 4.9. Type in 4.9. Now these are fairly odd dimensions because I've actually measured this off the original, and they are very, very precise Lego. So I've got that there. So I'm going to go to my features and I'm going to go extrude boss base, and I'll show you a little trick. It's already identified that. Now make sure that the merge results is there, because we want the body and this part to merge. Now the height of this, okay, I can work out. So what I want to do, if you notice on there, I could do it in my head or whatever, but SolidWorks has a nice little tool here, and hopefully this will work. Where it's gone up 1 millimeter, if I change that and I put in 18.8 minus 12.8, it should go to the height of 6 mil. Okay, fairly straightforward. Yes, you can do it in your head, but I just wanted to show you that little tool. So that's gone up. Give it a green tick. Okay, and we have the bases now of the body. The body is probably the more complex aspect of this. Okay, so what I can do now all the little radiuses are 0.25. So I'm just going to go around and put those in now. You should normally leave those to the end of your project because they actually do take up more memory than anything else. But just to allow you to see what this looks like and give it a little bit more definition, I will use the fillet tool. So go up to fillet in features. Okay, and again, default is there, but I want to change that to 0.25. Okay, and I'm going to click on that top surface first, and notice, and it's got lots of decimal places that I can change that, but as I say, I've just downloaded this new version. I click on there, it's done it there. Now this next bit should be quite interesting. I want to do that. I want to do that. Just go around to select. Now there is a feature here you can do to all of them, but there's some parts I don't actually want to do in that. So I'm just going to go around and select. So you can play with that and I get to understand it. It's that's what SolidWorks is really about, is just having a go and learning. As I say, you'll learn more off each other when you start to do this than you will me from that. So let's just have a look at that one. I'll do this in 2 videos because the next bit gets really quite complex. So if you get this far, you've done really well. So there, I've got all the points I want to do it. And now you can start to see the different aspects. So what I'm going to do next in the next video is put the armholes in. And underneath you'll see I'm going to shell this out and actually create the void to where the other parts actually attach. So I'm going to stop there for now and come back in a minute or two with the second video.